We start with important economic news. The Trump administration is adding hundreds of items to the list of steel and aluminum products now subject to higher tariffs. The Commerce Department says 407 items are being added to the list of derivative steel and aluminum products and will be subject to higher levies. These include everyday products like car parts, household appliances, baby strollers, fire extinguishers, and spray deodorants. For more on this, Axios business reporter Nathan Bomey joins us now. So first and foremost, Nathan, what kind of impact will this have on prices across this country?
Well, I think there's a real risk that this does lead to significant price increases across the board. You obviously listed the variety of products that are affected by this. Steel and aluminum, not easily replaceable, so it's certainly not something that companies can really get around. I think the big question is, what percentage of these tariffs are they willing to absorb? If we look at the auto industry, for example, so far this year, auto price hikes have not been as significant as maybe you would have expected. So the automakers absorbing them a little bit. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to do that quite as much with these, because 50% is going to be quite significant.
So it's sort of looking at it from the longer game, if you will, in terms of the impact that we might see even 6 months from now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you look at, a company like Coca-Cola, for example, has said that if aluminum tariffs were put into place and affected them, that they can maybe start to emphasize plastic bottles more. So some companies have ways around this. Others may not have as much of a way around it. I mean, a baby stroller, for example, maybe there isn't a quick way to engineer a solution. And so, I think ultimately this is, companies don't like having profit margins decline. So they're going to be a great temptation here to increase prices.
I want to talk now about something that you wrote today about Brian Cornell set to step down as Target's CEO effective February 1st, when he will take another role within the company. What did today's sort of underwhelming second quarter earnings report have to do with this?
Well, Target's been in a prolonged slump. They have been struggling for quite a while now. They're really having a hard time finding a good balance between good value, good low prices, and then good merchandise. I think in both categories, they're struggling. They're losing market share to Walmart. Walmart's really doing a fantastic job this year. Walmart stock is up this year. Target stock's way down. And, for Brian Cornell, as CEO of Target, I think it was only so long that he was going to be able to hold on. But you look at the price decline, the stock price decline this morning, I think investors are a little bit disappointed in the replacement. Michael Fidelki, the COO, longtime, lifer staffer there at Target, has certainly done a competent job, but I think a lot of investors were looking for more of a shakeup.
And I know there was also sort of a push of people protesting not to shop at Target anymore. How much of that do you think played a role in those earnings?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the protests usually have a big impact. I mean, they can. We have seen some examples of where consumer backlash has had an effect. I think about Bud Light a couple years ago, that whole controversy, certainly that affected Bud Light sales. I haven't seen a groundswell of opposition to Target in the form of an actual boycott, but I think for really this is just consumers who are just not shopping there as much as they used to.
All right, Nathan Bomey, thank you so much.